Hey traders, Spartan here from SpartanTrading.com. Want to hit you guys with a trade review video today, and on this one, we're going to be talking about Netflix, which actually did occur today, and today is the 19th of August, just after market close right now. Let's talk about this trade. So it was an options trade. It was a 1,000% trade for me and everyone in the room, which was awesome. Basically what happened is I was looking at Netflix in the pre-market, and what I could see was Netflix was holding up. It was the best looking of the FANG name. It wasn't trading in sympathy with the market in regards to the gap down that happened today. So what we saw was, the QQQ's gap down pretty significantly, the SPY gap down pretty significantly. Actually, XLK, which is the tech sector ETF, gap down pretty significantly, but Netflix held up. Netflix had some relative strength. The chart was and has been holding up nicely on the daily. I've been looking at it and saying, guys, I think it's been building, which you can see. Price didn't really move while everything was pulling back. It stayed right by that 50 MA and actually held it, even though it wasn't above it for a couple days, and the volume was fairly constant building. So because of this, I figured, okay, let's watch this thing. If we can break through this head and shoulders level, we're very likely to push through this high or recent range high, and that is an intra-flag range break, which is a bullish setup for continuation higher. And basically, we had room towards the 539 area and then into this resistance right here, 544, which it did end up going through. So because of that, I decided when we started to get that push in the morning, which let's look at this on the actual intraday chart, started to get some big volume right out the gate, and this trade was taken literally, I think 1 minute after the open, or literally on the open. No, actually it wasn't. It was taken 9 minutes after the open. So after this spike occurred, I saw on the daily that it was breaking out of that resistance, had room towards 538 was my first spot, and then 545. Typically what I'll do is I'll look past the first resistance level, and I'll try to choose a strike that I think can get in the money, but it's far enough away that it's very cheap, because then you start to get huge percentage moves to the upside. So what happened was we grabbed the 545 calls, sold them on the way up a little bit, sold some at 62 cents, 67, sold some at 110 or 111, and then at that point it had a ton of momentum to it, so I had just so much conviction that I said, guys, continue to hold it. Added into it when it started to break another resistance level to the upside, around 294, and then sold all of it at 440. So effectively from start to finish, 1,000% trade. While this was occurring as well, we were rolling into the 550s. We actually took 550s and the 600s for next week as well, which worked out pretty good. 550s worked out nicely. I think it was like 300 or 400% on those, and then the 600s wasn't much. It was like 30 or 40%. But either way, the big trade obviously was this 1,000%er, and the whole reason behind this, or to hold it, was based off of the daily chart breaking out and having room, as well as the intraday chart. The conviction comes from if it's holding EMA support and it's got room to the upside, and it's basically constantly buying volume, plus there's relative strength compared to other names within the sector, then it's something that you should hold and have conviction on to the upside, because typically these types of names will rip through or push through those resistance levels pretty easily. Anyways, that's just a quick little review of this Netflix trade. I wanted to go over it. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you guys have any questions, you can go to SpartanTrading.com. And yeah, I did guide this one live. I actually did record this trade live as well, which we'll try and edit and upload to the website or YouTube, whatever. You guys will probably see that in a couple days, because we got to sift through 8 hours of recording there. But anyways, thanks for watching. Any questions? SpartanTrading.com. Have a good one, guys. Talk to you guys next week.